John Harris, who's the executive director of Challenge Path. Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me again.
You know what? You're becoming a regular around here.
I know.
You act like you like it over here on this radio program.
Becoming real comfortable.
Oh, becoming real comfortable. And the first time he said you were so nervous, and now he's like, okay, this is a piece of cake. I can do this.
Right. The nerves have. I've calmed my nerves.
You calm your nerves, and of course, you know he's talking about an event. This is something I believe. This is your first time doing something like this, right?
That is correct.
Putting on an event and you know bringing dynamic gospel artists together, and it just so happens that both of them are up and coming, as we want to say. But you know what? That's going to be such a short-lived statement because both of them are so hot that their music, I mean, they're going to be like on the charts. Exactly. Big time, you know, from iTunes to all over the world in a short period of time. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Augusta, we need to come out and support them while we can before they get big time to
That's
the big
exactly
cities.
right. Before the ticket price would be like $50 or $100 to go see them. Okay, all right. Y'all heard it first. You heard it right here. You heard it right here. Now we've got Miles Kneeling and New Movement that's come back. Hey, Miles.
How you doing, Helen?
I'm doing fine. Move up a little bit closer, hon. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, wonderful. So glad to have you back. I mean, I had no idea that this would happen. That you'd be back in my studio.
Surprise.
Surprise. Now tell us what is happening this Friday that that is the reason for you being here with me this afternoon. What's taking place on Friday?
Well, at the Croc Center, we're going out to support Channel Path. They're hosting the Father's Day event, and myself, the New Movement, and also Trey McLaughlin will be featured artists on this event. And we're just looking forward to it, going out to support, have a great time, and hoping everybody will come out and support it. The tickets, you can purchase your tickets at Lifeway Christian Bookstore for $15, and that's beside the Chick-fil-A across from Old Navy.
Okay.
On
Gotcha.
Walton Way. And of course you can contact Mr. John Harris, who's right here, who's the founder of Channel Path Incorporated at 706-627-4528.
Now, last week, was it last week? No, week before last, when you were here with me in the studio, we played your song, "Try Jesus," and it was awesome that day. It's awesome whenever you hear it. So. It's out. I mean, the release is out.
Yes, ma'am.
In terms of out there in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
All over the planet.
Yes.
So, I mean, what does that mean? When people hear, and I'm learning a lot by being around musicians, but you got all these different languages. You done this and do that. Because I remember Stuart, him not wanting to sing me the song so that I can use it, for part of my bumper music. Because Helen, we're not really completely finished with it yet. And I'm like, it was finished the other night when I heard it at the Croc Center. But no, there's a little bit, and I said, we're only going to use just a little bit. But he was just so particular. And I appreciate that. That's really good. But, someone like me, I didn't know the difference. I didn't know there was...
Mixing and mastering is vital.
Mixing and mastering.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when you're mixing it, I can't really go into what it all entails, but mixing and mastering is the final part of the production of the song. We master the song, and that's when it's ready for release, actually. So we couldn't really release it to you at that time. It was just kind of going through the mixing process, but it wasn't really ready for the radio.
But you know what, the part that's part of my bumper music, which for some reason none of them are playing for me today because I'm doing something wrong. But it's enough that people can be able to hear, because the part that we're playing,
right?
It's tight enough so that people, can't say, "Oh, I can tell that wasn't the master." Nobody's going to be able to do that. I don't think. Now, only you guys know. But and that's professionalism, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Now, so when this Friday, are you going to have any of the singles available for people to buy? Are you going to be doing autographs? What can people expect on Friday evening, John and Miles?
Well, with me, we're gonna go single. This will actually be our second time performing it.
Okay.
We're still getting the hard copies and all of that pressed up, that ready for release.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
It's still available digitally on iTunes, Amazon,
Google Play,
Google, Planet, everywhere. Anywhere music is sold on the internet, you will find Try Jesus on there.
And I have been to the one of the sites that Stuart sent to me, and I clicked on it, and I was like, okay, yep, there it is. I mean, this is amazing. There's so many, I guess, low-cost, economical guerrilla marketing, is what I want to call it, strategies that musicians can use to get their music out there, isn't it?
It really is. Right. Our single is right now available in 10 different countries.
10 different countries.
Correct.
I mean that just would be unheard of back 20 plus years ago, where you didn't have in other words, the indies, the independents like yourself, not under a big name conglomerate where everybody gobbles up most of the money and then the artist gets a little bit. But I mean, it's just amazing to me how and then you look at the number of likes and the number of hits and all of that means something, doesn't it?
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. All right. Now, speaking of numbers, John, I know you want to see a packed house on Friday evening. And with this being Father's Day weekend, you've got Father's Day weekend coming up. You've got a lot of different events that's coming up. But what's so special, and why should a person come out to this event on Friday night?
Well, I believe we have the local talent, supporting the local talent here in Augusta. There's a lot of other things going on, like you said, but everything is national arts. Nothing like supporting your homegrown backyard talent. And we have a variety of different performances, like Miles and Trey and his group. And then we also just added Tabernacle Mind Ministry.
Oh.
And they will be performing, doing a dance routine for us. So
they are good. I've seen them.
Right.
Okay.
So just added them to the
all
list.
right.
It's
Dr.
going to be a star-studded event.
Goodman.
Yeah.
Shout out. Okay.
Definitely be a star-studded event. So we're looking forward to the youth being there, something positive for the youth to do at a low cost, and just we all come together and enjoy fellowships, praise and worship with God. So
and this and what time is this going to be Friday night? And tell us again where it's going to be.
7 o'clock at the Fox Center. That's 1833 Broad Street, Augusta, Georgia 30904. You get your tickets at Lifeway Christian Bookstore right across Robert C. Daniel Park, right next to the Ale House Restaurant. Okay. So you've got two events that I'm totally supporting, that have local artists, local talent, local actors, local performers, local producers that are putting these on. And yes, we've got the big names that are coming, in particular Saturday evening, Shirley Caesar. But a lot of people have seen Shirley Caesar a lot of times. And now if I had to choose, and of course Shirley Caesar concert, I think it's like 6 or 7 o'clock that evening. And so for those of you who want to choose, you can go to the play at 3 o'clock, okay? You can go and see this gospel concert and hear Miles Kneeling in New Movement and Trey McLaughlin and the Tabernacle Mime group. And so we have pretty much prepared everybody's itinerary for the weekend. Yeah, that's what we've done. So that's what you do. Friday night, you go to the Croc Center, you go hear some good gospel, meet some great people. Saturday morning, you can chill and do whatever you need to do. But then on Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, go to the play. You got to go see Shirley Caesar. Hail to Shirley Caesar. Go see Shirley Caesar. And then Sunday, of course, you want to spend the day with Dad or Granddad. That sounds like a weekend. Sounds like a great weekend. Wow.
Yeah. I'm always planning people's itinerary. That's what I do. That's what I do. But I mean, really, it's really an exciting opportunity, and I'm excited for you. And certainly, Trey McLaughlin is an awesome performer, awesome singer, awesome writer. Now, Miles, you write your music. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You write your music and you write your songs, you write the lyrics, and how long have you been doing that? How long have you been writing lyrics and writing music?
I wrote my first song when I was 9 years old.
9 years old.
A love song.
Oh, 9 years old, writing
Had a little
love. So
crush.
what you know about love? Oh, you had a crush.
to sing it.
All right, sound like the Jackson 5 during that time. You know, they wrote a whole lot of songs dealing with schoolboy crushes and the life you say may be your own or something like that. You know what I'm talking about. So you were 9 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, was it then that, I mean, did you in your mind think that you were writing a poem, or were you writing a song?
I was writing a song. As I was writing it, I was singing.
Oh, okay.
So I knew exactly what I was doing at that time.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you have a family of musicians and writers and singers and entertainers in your family?
No, I don't.
No?
No, not
Oh,
really.
okay. So what inspired you?
My mom brought me up in church.
Okay.
So, you know, I was always singing on choirs and all of that stuff. So music, I've always had an interest in music. I used to sing in the mirror.
Okay.
Like I'm performing in the mirror when I was a little kid. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always been there. Yes.
That's awesome. That is awesome. When you were 9 years old and now you're, I mean, what does it feel like to, have you heard your song on on any of the radio stations yet?
I have. I've heard it on
Don't say another station. Just say, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've heard it on.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
I've heard it. Yes.
Okay. Now, how did you feel when you heard your? I mean, I guess you may have been driving, you may have been at home, and all of a sudden, bam! Your song "Try Jesus" come on. Well, I mean, what did it feel like?
It's kind of overwhelming when you work so hard, you know, to get somewhere, and you finally arrive to that point.
Yeah.
So it's basically right now just embracing this season in my life and just staying humble and just keep writing.
Okay.
Keep releasing.
Keep writing and keep releasing. We've got here in the studio with us Miles Kneeling and New Movement, and John Harris with Channeled Path, which is a youth mentoring program. We're going to take a quick break so that we can hear a couple of commercials, as a matter of fact. And after we come back, I want to chat a little bit about the youth mentoring program, because that's what the proceeds for this event will go to. And I'm sure there's going to be many more events. As a matter of fact, John, you've kind of inspired me to come up, because, you know, I like to put on events. Mine are usually more business oriented, but I know enough gospel folks, I could pull something together and have an event and call it a fundraiser too for my youth leadership development program. But yeah, you have inspired me to kind of do a little something. So I'm going to see if some of my friends out there that's in the music industry will help me out when we decide to do this. And so hint, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.